Well, I am live, and how is everybody? I'm going to take a minute just to check that I'm live on my actual page. So give me that second just to check it out. And if you are with me when I am live on my YouTube channel, please, please, please take a moment to say hi, comment, subscribe, hit the like button. All right. Subscribe. Whoops, there we go. Let's turn that down. All right. So go ahead and hit the like button, subscribe to the page, and we're going to dive right in. Let me just put that down, as I definitely have a whole lot of information to share with each and every one of you today regarding all the amazing energy. Just want to fix my necklace so I can share this amazing piece with each and every one of you. For those of you who might be interested, this is titanium quartz. It's a beautiful crystal that helps to activate and clear all 7 chakras. So just wanted to share that with you. Hopefully you can see that. Beauty. All right. So since it's not just about the crystals, although we'd like it to be, welcome, 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 and happy Saturday. It's a little weird that I'm here on a Saturday evening. It's just about 5 minutes to 7-ish, something like that, p.m. Eastern time. But I wanted to come on and share this amazing cosmic energy forecast with you for this week, the week of October 17th, or shall we say 16th, because that's where where are we today? The 16th, yeah. October 16th, 2021, right through October 23rd, 2021. This is going to be a very powerful week, lots of movement, lots of activity, and if you felt like you've been in a rut, feeling stuck, feeling as though you on sticky paper, so to speak, well, I'm going to be the first to let you know that that's all going to change as soon as October 18 hits in, where we're going to have 2 amazing planets going direct. But before we dive into that, let me just give a real quick intro to who I am. For those of you who might be new, I'm Reverend Joanne Angel Barry Cologne, your certified holistic personal trainer, intuitive healer, cosmic energy reader, medical astrologer, master of numerology, and the creator of the Chakra Balance Numerology Cosmic Energy Forecast deck, which is where my cosmic energy forecast comes from. My amazing deck. Yes, I am the creator of it. See if you have that great light going on there. I think I got to aim it over here. So, and that's amazing. How interesting on how I moved that. Wow, that's really interesting. Anyway, so as I was saying, we have some amazing movement coming in this week. Literally, as of the 18th, it's going to be as though someone literally opened up a gate and everything's just going to start to flood forward. Not necessarily in the flood aspect, so to speak, but in reference to lots of movement. Considering, I'm sure you're all aware, just on October 6th, Pluto went direct. Then to follow on October 10th on the 10-10 energy, Saturn went direct. And let me just rewind for a moment. On October 6th, we also had that amazing new moon in Libra energy. In addition to Pluto going direct, then October 10-10-10, that gateway, and also Saturn going direct. And now here we have it on October 18th. We're going to have 2 planets going direct, which will be Jupiter, our planet of expansions and gifts, and also Mercury, our planet of communication, technology, scheduling. And I want to highlight that word scheduling, because many of us, if not all of us, are going to experience some sort of shift go on in our schedules, where if you haven't been quite so busy relating to work, then prepare yourself, because things are going to start to pick up. And if you've been in that mindset of wanting to change your job, change your career, get a new job, well, get prepared. If you've been putting your resumes out there, getting those applications going, this is where you're going to start seeing responses come in based on the work you've been doing, and that's due to Mercury going direct. Now, when we think about it, specifically this year, Mercury, as usual, went retrograde. This is the 3rd time, and this time around, Mercury came back in and had an opportunity to chat with Pluto, which is all about transformations, demolition, so to speak, knocking things down. Had a chance to speak to Saturn. Saturn's all about structure and organizations and routine and also schedules. And now it also had a chance to literally sitting side by side with Jupiter and had a conversation with Jupiter in reference to what needs to expand, what gifts. And when I speak about gifts, I speak about in regards to our spiritual intuitive gifts, such as our five senses. And many of us, many more are going to be joining many of us in that intuitive gate, so to speak, where if you're not already aware of your intuition, you might already be experiencing some of the senses, such as maybe you're starting to feel that ringing in the ear, or your ear gets clogged. Now, theoretically, medically speaking, when someone experiences hearing ringing in the ear, the medical industry automatically thinks there's something clogged in the ear, and that's known as an actual older adult issue, so to speak. But in theory, it's not a medical condition at all. It really is that your ability to hear spirit is being activated, and the ringing in the ears are like the ringing of a doorbell. It's like literally spirit is ringing on your doorbell to get your attention. So if you are experiencing that, of course, I'm not going to discourage you from not going to the doctor to get yourself checked out. But there's a really good possibility that your doctor's going to come up with no explanation to why you might be hearing ringing in the ears, or why your ears get clogged all of a sudden. And that explanation, which I'm going to be the one to share with you, is spirit is trying to communicate with you. And that's one of the five senses that will get activated during this time, along with possibly seeing shadows passing you by. And when you see shadows, that's also the ability of seeing spirit. And then this feeling spirit, where you might be the only one in the room, and all of a sudden you feel like someone rubs past you and you're the only one there. So those are three of the five senses that could very well be activating for you at this time, along with the ability to smell, where all of a sudden you might be smelling a rose or cigarettes or cigar or a favorite dish, and you also might be tasting it too. So that's what Jupiter is going to bring on for you in this time of energy. So be aware of that. So now what I like to do is I like to play, because there is going to be a lot of energy coming in. We have the two planets going direct on the 18th, as mentioned, Jupiter and Mercury. And then 2 days later, if we don't have enough energy already, 2 days later, we have the full moon in Aries energy, which is a fire sign, which is all about action, movement. And when we think about the full moon is a representation of our emotions, and it's the representations of, because of our emotions, we may very well experience that high and low energy due to the fact that the moon is in Aries. And now again, depending on where the moon sits in your specific chart, will then determine more activity in what you are feeling, emotionally speaking. So when we think about Aries and the full moon, Aries is all about the fire energy. Aries is all about self. Aries is about how you want people to see you and how you see yourself. It's a self-reflection when we think about it. And those of you who actually have Aries as the sun energy, interesting enough, that's really what the sun's all about. It's how we want the world to see, how we want to be seen by the world, and how we want to be seen as well. So it's quite interesting energy that's going to be coming in with this full moon in Aries. So here's how we're going to go. My job is to present to you the astrological signs, the forecast for this week, what's in store for each and every one of you. Those of you who are watching on a regular basis, you know that I usually pull 3 cards for each zodiac sign, which means you'll get up to 9 cards to work with, depending on what your sun, moon, and rising sign is. And if you have just one particular zodiac sign for all three, then I call you a triple threat. But you may also have, with each card, there is what I like to call a chakra color associated with the card. So theoretically, in the 3 cards out of the 9, you may have up to 7 chakras that you might be working with this entire week, or one particular chakra might be standing out more so than another chakra. So pay attention to that as well, especially if you are a triple threat, where obviously you'll only have 3 cards to work with, but you might have 3 different chakras to work with, or, which has actually happened before, all 3 cards could come up in the same chakra. And if that is the case, that really means you got to pay attention to that chakra and do some intensive work on that chakra to clear the energy. So whatever it is that you're looking for this full moon to help you with, to manifest, that energy is cleared so things can just flow nicely up and down internally and then externally as well. Where again, for those of you who have no idea about chakras, you might be new to my page, chakras means wheel. And when we think about wheels, we think about movement. And ideally, we want the wheels to be flowing in a spiral vortex experience, so to speak. And if one or more of those chakras happen to be stagnant, stuck, or even blocked, that's creating an internal blockage, which then creates an external blockage, which could very well mean that there's no movement going on externally for you. So if you are that person that is experiencing feeling stuck, or you're just not seeing things move the way you would like it to move, that could mean that you might need to check in on your chakra system and find out which one of your chakras, if there's not more than one, needs your attention. And that's what I'm here to help you with. I'm here to help you connect with your chakras. Each card has 3 elements. The elements are colors, which is associated with your chakra system, numbers, which provide a hidden message, and an affirmation that could be used for 2 reasons. One reason is to raise your vibration, and the other adds to the journey, to your story. Now, a card can show up 2 ways. A card can show up in reverse or upright. In reverse, it means you need to pay attention to the message, but also that chakra might be stagnant or blocked. So a lot to pay attention to while I help you gain some insight. So I'm going to start shaking up the cards. And again, this forecast is for today, October 16th through October 23rd, 2021. And it's the energy we have where after the 18th, we will have had 4 planets go direct, literally in a matter of 18 days, in between a new moon, the 10-10 gate, and also the full moon. So lots of energy moving, which then is going to correlate with lots of energy moving externally as well, which is why it's really important to do the work. Get your body moving. So this way here, that will also help your chakra system to get moving as well. And getting prepared for all the things that you've been working so hard on from, let's say, the last full moon to this full moon to manifest. And really take an inventory to what it is that you have going on in your life. What luggage are you holding on to? Perhaps it's time to reopen up your suitcase and pull everything out of the suitcase and see what you really want to take with you as you get on this train going forward. Because you're not going to be able to take everything that's in your suitcase with you. There's going to be, hypothetically speaking, somebody there weighing your suitcase, and your suitcase can only weigh but so much weight. Everything else, you have to be willing to release it and let it go. And anything that you're keeping in your suitcase, that has to be aligned with what's going to serve the new frequency and new dimension that you are moving into. And that's extremely important. So you do not want to carry anything in your suitcase that's going to cause you to weigh down. You want to start releasing anything such as the material, the physical, the emotional, the spiritual. You want to release. You want to let go of people that don't serve you. You want to let go of places that don't serve you. And you also want to let go of relationships and careers, jobs that are no longer serving. Now, It just means it doesn't serve your new vibration. It doesn't serve your new dimension. And we are all moving to a new dimension. Every one of us are flowing upward to a different frequency, and we cannot possibly continue to maintain the same wiring, so to speak, in this new dimension. So if you're going to try to keep in your suitcase what serves the old version of you, you're weighing yourself down and you're not making space for what's meant to come in for you. And it can't come in if there's no room. So if you don't have any room left in your suitcase because you're choosing to keep everything there, you're not making any room for the new things that you would like to manifest. So my suggestion is to really take a really hard look over the next, give and take, 48 hours and reflect on what it is that's in your suitcase that you no longer need, so you can start taking it out to make space for all the new things that you do want to have that you're looking to manifest. So we're going to start off with Aries, and like I said, there's going to be 3 cards for each zodiac sign, and each card is going to represent your chakras, a number with a hidden message, and an affirmation to help you raise your vibration and also add to your story. So let's dive into it. One more card. There we go. Let's see what we have in store. All right. So Aries, we have one card in reverse. We'll be going to be working with the root, the solar plex, and also the high heart. So let's start off with the root chakra, which is all about you being the leader. Being the leader, you're here to be independent. So as we move into this full moon and also these 2 planets going direct, know that this is your time to be a leader. You're no longer supposed to be following somebody, nor are you supposed to be following another person's schedule. You are the leader. This is what I'm hearing here is you are the boss, you are the manager, you're the one giving the orders. Very important to get grounded, the root chakra. Very important to get grounded while this energy is taking place. 5-5 represents the changes that are coming in your life as we speak with this full moon. Remembering, Aries, this full moon is in your sign. Whether you're a moon, sun, or rising, this is in your sign. So you are going to definitely feel this moon's energy a lot more than someone that does not have Aries in their chart. We're all going to feel it, but you're going to feel it more. The 5-5 is a representation of something new coming in, a new beginning, a new start to things, a brand new path with that 5. 5 is about the change. 5 is also about being courageous enough to make the changes, courageous enough to make the changes, and also to be patient enough as the changes take place, which is also really important. Because when changes are happening, they don't always happen right away. As I said before, clearing out the suitcase and making space for the new to come in doesn't mean you're going to clean out the suitcase and then right away the new is going to just fall in. It might take a little time, especially because there is one chakra that you do need to focus on, which is in reverse. We'll talk about that in a minute. So get grounded, really work on that root energy, find that balance, and stay completely focused. Second one is healing. This full moon is going to help you heal. And I mean, the first card says leader, which means you're taking on a independent role, you're taking on a manager's role, you're taking on a new position. So perhaps that's going to start the healing of whatever needs healing in your mind, body, and spirit. Perhaps you've been working for a job that you were no longer satisfied by, and that created a lot of imbalances with your emotions. So now it's time to heal those imbalances. Number 6 is all about healing and also about the karmic lesson that you've experienced in this job or whatever it is you are healing from. I keep hearing job though. The chakra high heart is all about compassion, where now that you're healing, you're going to be able to experience more joy in your life with this full moon. I love that. Okay, next card, which is the 3rd card in reverse. Just so you know, it's a reverse, and it's all about success. So again, your first card is about being a leader, being more independent, which leads into being successful. But it's in reverse, which means solar plex energy either having a limited mindset when it comes to success, or maybe somewhere along the line, you don't gravitate very well with the word success, or you don't think you deserve success. Use this full moon to help you let go of that. So if that's in your suitcase, not feeling valuable, not feeling worthy of having success, take that out of your suitcase, please. Recognize that 8 energy is about the karmic lesson that you came here to learn about, that you are valuable enough and worthy of having success in your life. You're also valuable and definitely worthy enough to being independent. So recognize that, but recognize it's in reverse. Okay, and that's working on the solar plex energy. Really important to clear the energy in the solar plex so you can allow that success to come in. So that's for Aries. All right, we're going to move into Taurus energy. Taurus energy. And I may be taking some notes here and there based on different things that I might need to remember as I go along. So you might see me grabbing a pen and paper at one point or another. Sometimes that does happen, but I just want you to be aware of it, because I too take notes. All right, Taurus. All right, Taurus. So good thing is all 3 of your cards are in upright position. Lovely, lovely, love it. And if you happen to have Aries in one of your signs as well with Taurus, then that means double heart chakra in the pink area, because Aries just had that too. But for Taurus, this is all about higher education. Higher education. So with this full moon's energy and 2 planets going direct, specifically Jupiter about expansions, higher education might very well be that you are tapping into your 5 senses. You are becoming more attuned. You may even be taking on a certification, taking on a course, taking on something that's going to improve your education. I don't get that this is the traditional education when you're going back to school, but if that is, that's awesome. But this is definitely a time to tap into your spiritual wisdom. That heart chakra is compassion, more joy. Your higher education is going to bring more joy as you move forward. This is no longer going to be all about sadness. It's going to be joy, but allowing yourself to feel both. 3 and 6. 3 and 6, when we think about these numbers, we think about the 3 energy is all about what you're creating. The 6 is about what it is you are healing from. We have a 9. So there's a transformation. There's a transition going on here. You're transitioning into a higher source of education where you're learning how to balance between the ego and also the spiritual wisdom. So I love that. Second card is all about family. Family. And because it is the heart chakra for healing, and you have 2 chakras associated with the heart, the pink and the green, this is really about healing a family matter. Okay, 1 and 5. 1 is allowing yourself to be the first to apologize. First to apologize. Whether you literally have to say the words, I'm sorry, or you just have to be the one to start talking. Bring back the communication. The 5 is you're doing things a lot differently than you did it before, which is where that 6 energy comes in from, that healing that takes place. Healing that takes place with the family. Love that. And the last one is root chakra and freedom. So here you have higher education, you have family, and now you have freedom. But 2 of your cards have 5s in them. So there is a lot of changes taking place so you can have this freedom. But it's very important to get grounded. And why is that? Because sometimes when we are given permission to have our freedom, where you no longer have to ask to stay out late if you're you're a teenager, or you can sort of clock in when you want to clock in. If we are not grounded, we're not going to be able to make really good decisions. And those not great decisions can lead into a lot of mischief. So allow yourself to get grounded and recognize that the freedom is going to bring in a lot of changes with this full moon's energy. So I'm loving that for Taurus. All right, we're going to move into Gemini. Gemini. Loving it. Let's see what Gemini needs to know. With this amazing energy, 2 more planets going direct, and 2 days after that, Full moon in Aries. How exciting. All right, let's see what we have for Gemini. All right, so interesting. Gemini, your cards are very similar to Aries cards. You have 2 of 3 of Aries cards, which is funny. Not in the same order, though. So, and also, 2 of your cards are in reverse. And interesting enough, Gemini, that same card that Aries had, that was in reverse, is in reverse for you too. So quite interesting. But I'm going to dive into the very first card. So Gemini, healing. This full moon, along with these 2 planets going direct, are going to help you heal. You're going to have more compassion. You're going to feel more joyful. You're going to feel more uplifted. You're going to be in a space of being able to manifest your deepest desires as you begin your healing using this full moon's energy. Again, like I said earlier, take this time to do your inventory. Look at your suitcase. What's inside that suitcase? Is there anything in your suitcase that no longer serves this new vibration that you were at? And if so, take it out of the suitcase so you can really move into that healing. If you're going to hold on to things that do not serve you anymore, you're going to have a challenging time healing. So allow yourself to inventory. That 6th energy. This is about a karmic lesson that you need to learn this time around. This full moon is going to help you, and also Jupiter going direct is going to embrace and expand your ability in healing. Second card that's in reverse is about being fearless, but it's in reverse because maybe you're afraid. Maybe you've been afraid to really tap into the healing, the joy, and the unknown. The chakra associated here is the sacral energy. The sacral is all about how you might be judging yourself because of the things you're afraid of. So let go. Again, if judgment's in your suitcase, let it out. If fear is in your suitcase, let it out. These are things that do not serve you. That 7 and 8, that 7 energy is a time to reflect, time to sit with spirit and ask spirit to guide you. If there's something that you're afraid of where you cannot be fearless, ask spirit to guide you. That 8 energy keeps showing up. So far on the last 2 card readings, here it is again. That 8 is about the karmic lessons. Karmic lessons. When we have 8 and 7, it works out to be 6. And we had 6 here as well. So 6 is that karmic lesson of healing. What is it that you need to heal in this lifetime that in your past life you didn't get a chance to heal? And again, that's something that's in your suitcase that it's time to let go of. It's time to heal from it. And that's what it's all about. It's all that sacral energy so you can start creating and being fearless. So you have to work on whatever it is you need to heal so you can create that fearlessness and that joy you want in your life. Third card is also in reverse. As I said, this one showed up in Aries. I think it was Aries energy in regards to success, but it's in reverse. And maybe one of the things that you need to be fearless about is being fearless about being successful. Allowing yourself to trust the abundance that's showing up. Even though you may not see the abundance in front of you, allow yourself to be open to it. I want you to, in your suitcase, to remove the limitations and the lack of, and replace that with unlimited amounts of abundance in your life. And open yourself up to success. See yourself as being successful. You no longer have to hold on to someone else's mindset and beliefs about what they believe success was, or having this vision of, oh, when you saw your father working, he was a hard worker and he was never home, and that's what made him so successful. And you don't want to be successful because you don't want to not be home. You don't have to hold on to that anymore. You can let go of that and still be successful. You can literally be successful by working a 4-hour week if you want to. A 4-hour week or a 4-hour work day, whatever it is you want to do, you can still be successful. But you must step into trusting, and you must allow unlimited sources of abundance to show up in your life with this full moon energy and the 2 planets going direct. That was Gemini. Cancer. What's in store for Cancer? Cancer is my rising sign, so this one's going to hit home for me. Let's see what we have. Whoops. All right, there's way too many cards that just flew out the deck. So, let's just take it. We're gonna shuffle the cards, and we're gonna see which cards we're gonna be keeping, because there was way too many. We don't need all of them. Let's see what showed up. Okay, so Cancer. Out of your 3 cards, 1 is in reverse. You have 2 of them associated with your sacral energy and 1 associated with third eye. So let's see what we got here. Cancer, this is a completion. Yay for us. There's something coming to an end. We are finally going to end something. We are finally taking out something from the suitcase, making the suitcase lighter so something new can come in. The sacral energy, when we think about it, is that feminine and masculine energy. It's also about allowing ourselves to let go of our judgment and let go of any guilt that we hold on to. So whatever we feel guilty about, let it go. Let it go. Stop judging yourself, stop blaming yourself, and let it go. That 9 energy is all about, excuse me, the transformation that's coming in. The full moon is going to be helping you complete something, whether it be a project, a job, a certain way that you do your business. Something's changing. There's a completion coming in. I love it. Second card, which I said is in reverse, for one of the cards in reverse, it's about Queen and King. So this could be one of 2 things for you guys. This could be about your relationship, your significant other, and working on letting go of any judgment towards one another and falling into that space of unconditional love. That choose the partnership. And again, the sacral energy is that feminine and masculine as well. And allow that energy to flow between. Now, this could be, as I said, it could be a significant relationship where it's your intimate relationship. It could be a relationship with a friend. It could be a relationship with a sibling, a relationship with a parent. The Queen and King energy is a partnership, but it's in reverse. So what I get from that is to allow yourself to let go of the judgment that you have towards the other person and start seeing them as the best version of who they are. Start focusing on their best qualities, because that's what you're going to get more of. And that's why it's in reverse. So let go. Really work on that sacral energy. And because there's 2 cards in your sacral, spend time there, Cancer. Spend time there. Third one is third eye, which is financial abundance. Now, when we think about the first 2 cards about the sacral energy, that's where we create. That's where we're creating. That's where we birth things. Financial abundance. When you think, again, the Queen and King is the partnership, the relationship. First card was completion. Financial abundance. Focus on it. See it. Create that abundance that's coming in. And maybe this is also in connection to your career, your job. Financial abundance. Attract it. Use this full moon to help you bring it in. That's a fun read for Cancers. All right, Leos. What's in store for Leos? I love it. The full moon and these 2 planets going direct is going to bring a lot of movement for many of us, if not all of us. And assuming, again, that you want to move. Remember, you are in charge of whatever in your suitcase. And if you're going to hold on to things that no longer match or fit this new version of you, it's going to cause you to still feel heavy, which means you're not going to be able to flow. So you have to be willing to release some of those things in the suitcase so you can flow. That's for everybody. All right, Leos, here we go. Interesting. 2 of your 3 cards are in reverse. And we're going to be working here on the solar plexus, the heart in the green, and the high heart in the pink. First card is all about creativity, and creativity is in reverse. So trusting your intuition is the solar plexus energy. How can you utilize your creativity some more so you can really allow yourself to trust your intuition? That 666, when we see a number that repeats itself, it's letting you know it's really important to pay attention. The 6 energy is really about healing, taking care of yourself, your home and your family as well. That 6 energy. The 666 works out to be a 3. So this is also how you communicate, how you want to express yourself, how you want to listen, and how you want to teach in reference to your creativity. Where are you creative? Where does your creativity flow? But remember the cards in reverse. So start utilizing your creativity so you can allow yourself to really trust this process. There's no reason why you should not be trusting this process. Second card, which is all about the heart of healing, but the message here is about a Reiki treatment. So if you are a Leo, whether it's sun, moon, or rising sign, please redeem your Reiki treatment, complimentary Reiki treatment, 10-minute complimentary Reiki treatment. All you need to do is email healingwithin76@gmail.com to redeem your complimentary Reiki treatment. Just as I said, I'll be writing some notes because there's sometimes I can't remember everything. So I just want to write a note down, jot this down. So this is Leo energy for Reiki 10-minute complimentary session. To redeem that, email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And it's the heart chakra that we need to clear the energy on. And anytime we think about the heart chakra, it's usually heavy emotions. So again, if there's anger, there's sadness, there's frustration, there's grief, we want to take it out the luggage. And we want to evaluate it and exchange it for joy, compassion, forgiveness, and love. All right, third card, which is also in reverse. Like I said, there's two cards in reverse, which is also the high heart of compassion. This is about a rebirth. So Leo, you might be resisting your rebirth. You might be resisting change. You might be having a challenging time with change. Even though you might want change, you might be being challenged by it. So it's really important as you go through this rebirth, whatever you're being challenged by, find a way to be joyful. 2 and 1 is 3, which is what we had in our first card. So this is really about the things you are expressing. How do you express yourself? How do you express yourself? And really pay attention to what Spirit is telling you as you go through your rebirth. So that's for Leos. Love that. All right, we're going to be moving into Virgo energy. Virgos. What do Virgos need to know? Okay, Virgo, let's see what we got going on here. Virgo's my opposition sign. All right, Virgo, you have one card in reverse. We're going to be working with the solar plex, the throat, and the crown. So some intensity here. Let's start off with the very first card, which is about listening and telling the truth, but it's also solar plex energy. So allowing yourself to feel more, have more faith. Have more faith in the situation. The 3 energy is that there's something you need to speak your truth about. There's also something you need to listen to. You need to pay attention more. Don't be so quick to have to voice your opinion, but pay attention. Listen to your spirit guides. Listen to your loved ones. Listen to the ones that have crossed over. They have some amazing wisdom to share with you. The cards in reverse, though. So allow yourself to have faith and also allow yourself to really speak your truth and really listen. Next one, interesting. Spiritual career. So you might be at a crossroad in your path right now, and it's time to shift into a spiritual career. Now, I like to say this all the time when this card shows up, is that a spiritual career does not always have to be something in a spiritual aspect. It doesn't have to be a healer, a massage therapist, acupuncturist. It could be a teacher, a baker, a cook, whatever the craft is, a painter, whatever it is, something that you enjoy doing that really serves your spirit is what your spiritual career is. Now, the chakra here is associated with the throat, which is the number 3 as well, where it is about communicating. 7 and 7, when we think about that 7 energy, again, the number repeats itself. So something you really need to pay attention to. I get that you need to sit quietly and speak to spirit. Call on a loved one and ask your questions. Your loved one's going to help you. That 7 and 7 is a 14, which is a 5. As you move into that spiritual career, as you connect with your spirit guides, your loved ones, they're going to help you find ways to make the changes you need to make. Very important. But be patient as you make the changes. Changes are not going to happen overnight. You got to be patient. Interesting enough, as you have the first card where you have listen and speak your truth, you have the spiritual card as your second card. Your third card is new beginning. So as you speak your truth, as you make that connection with spirit, as you move into your spiritual career, you get a new beginning. which is obvious. Crown chakra. Your new beginning is serving your higher dimension, your higher frequency. That 10 energy is a new beginning, new ways of doing things, and you're doing this for the first time. So this spiritual career is something that's new. You've never done this before. So I'm loving that. Loving that. Loving that. All right, so we're moving into Libra, where we are right now, Libra season, at least for the next give and take 4 or 5 days. And then we'll be moving on to Scorpio season. So Libras are all about balance, finding that balance between the physical and the spiritual, finding that balance between the awake world and the light and the dark, rather. You know, finding that balance between movement and resting, finding the balance between fueling and feeding. You get the idea. All right, so. And that's the energy we're in right now, is Libra, balance, finding that balance. And with these 4 planets that have gone, 2 have gone retrograde direct and 2 is on its way, lots of balance coming in. Okay, so interesting cards for Libra. So to start off with, you have 1 card in reverse, 2 of the cards are in the crown, 1's in the heart. Quite interesting here. It's almost like coming out of our head and dropping down into the heart here. So Libra, there's some space for forgiveness. Whether it's forgiving yourself or forgiving someone else, it's time to do that. Use this full moon, again, whatever in the luggage bag that needs to come out, that no longer serves your higher frequency, get rid of it so you can move into forgiveness. 9 is all about letting go. Letting go of the grudge, the frustration, the anger that you've been carrying, whether it's just this lifetime or past life, but it's time to let it go. You've learned the lesson, which is why you're at a completion. It's time to put a period and let it go. Forgive. It is the highest level of healing one can have anyway, which taps into the crown. Now, this is definitely associated with a family member, because it's smack in the middle of the 2 crown cards. So this is really about someone in your family that you need to work on healing. You know, have that conversation, say sorry, and whether it's your fault or not, it's immaterial. There's really no fault here. It's just that there was a situation that occurred, conversation got out of hand, feelings got hurt, words were said. Now it's time to really take it out of the luggage bag and get into that space to heal the hearts. 1 and 5. 1, doing things totally different. 5, you are going to be patient enough to allow this forgiveness to take place, this healing to happen, which is that 6 energy. And this is definitely a family member. I'm getting blood related, so it's not a friendship friend. This is an actual family member that you have to really work on forgiving. 3rd card, which is in reverse, which is about the higher self, which really is where we are. You know, in this new energy that we're going into, the full moon, these 2 additional planets going direct, this is really about tapping into the higher version of you, your higher self. The 11 energy is master healer, healing the partnership between you and that other person, that family member. So, Libra, this is for you. This is your time to utilize this full moon's energy to really heal. Whether you need to utilize the words "I'm sorry" or you just need to pick up the phone and just start a new conversation, go ahead and do that. Work from your higher self. Let go of your ego. Let go. Take the ego out the luggage bag. That was a little intense for Libras, considering it's your season, your rebirth. But it makes sense because it's your season and it's your rebirth, which means it's a different version of you. So it makes a lot of sense. All right, Scorpios. What do Scorpios need to know? Considering Scorpio, you're in your 12th house. This is your endings. This is things changing for you as you begin to move into your 1st house, your birthday season. So let's see. What do Scorpios need to know? All right, Scorpio. All right, Scorpio, 2 of your 3 cards are in reverse. And you have 2 cards in your heart of healing and 1 card in your throat. We're going to start right off with your first card, surrender. It's in reverse, though. So something you need to surrender, but you're holding on to it. You're not willing to let it go. Well, like I've been saying, here you are with your suitcase. You're looking at it. Whatever's inside the suitcase, there's something there you have to surrender. You got to let it go. Otherwise, it's going to hold you down. It's going to prevent you from moving to where you got to move to. So surrender. 6 and 8. When we think of that 6 and 8, you get a 5. So there's a change that's coming in as you do surrender. And when you do surrender, it's going to lighten up your heart 100%. That 6 is about healing. The 8 is the abundance that's going to come in as you do surrender. So do just that. Because it's in reverse, really work on that heart chakra. Because again, like I said, you have 2 cards in the heart. And anytime a specific chakra shows up more than once, you really need to pay attention to it, because that chakra is either stagnant or even blocked. Next card is also in reverse, which is all about the spiritual career, which just showed up a little while ago. Spiritual career, it's also about the throat chakra. So really about communicating and really allowing yourself to step into that career that you really truly want to be in. 7 is 7. Perhaps you don't know what career you really want to be in. Perhaps you don't know what your purpose is. This is a time to sit, connect with your loved one, connect with a spirit guide, connect to meditation. That 5 energy, which is the same card as here, that 5, there's a change coming in. There's a change coming in, but you have to be willing to take the risk. You have to be willing to take a risk and allow yourself to have that change, which is also going to lead in some fun. And your spiritual career is going to be fun too, because it serves your purpose. But the card's in reverse. So pay attention, clear the throat chakra, connect with spirit. Third card is all about family. Family, which this card showed up in the Libra energy. So for you Scorpios, this is about family. Some healing that needs to take place with a family matter. And also that 1 and 5, that 6 energy. 6, the karmic lesson is what I get here. There's a karmic lesson that a family member is teaching you. Work on healing that. Work on healing that. And perhaps what it might be is maybe you are doing something because somebody else wants you to do it, and it's not really something you want to be doing, which is where the surrender comes from. Surrender the idea of what somebody else thinks you should be doing and move into the career that you want to be going into. And that's associated with a family member. So allow yourself to clear that energy so your heart can start to feel lighter, and you're not going to be sitting there doing something for somebody else. You might need to even express yourself. You might have to have that conversation. Speak your truth. Speak your truth is what I'm hearing. That's Scorpios. All right, let's move into Sagittarius. Sagittarius. So Scorpio, like I said, that was your 12th house energy, things to let go of. All right, Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. What do Sag need? All right, Sag. These 3 cards are very interesting. They've showed up in other signs as well. Not exactly sure where, but I definitely know they have. All 3 of them have. So in this one for you, Sag, you have 2 cards in reverse. You're going to be working on your sacral, solar plex, and high heart. First card is all about being fearless. So again, how can you move from fear to fearless? That's your sacral energy. As you become more fearless, confidence shows up for you. So as long as you are in your fear, you're not showing up as confident as you can. So really work on clearing out the fear so you can be more confident within yourself. 7 and 8, that 7 energy, you might need to sit quietly, meditate a little bit on what it looks like to be more confident. The 8 energy is about your karmic cycle, your karmic lesson. I need a little water here. And working on that 6, which is all about healing. Healing so you can be fearless. Let go of the fears so you can be fearless. But your card's in reverse. So pay attention to that sacral energy. So move out of your fear so confidence can show up. Second card's interesting, leading right into your healing. As you do move out of your fear so you can be fearless and be more confident, you do heal, which is the 6-6 card. Interesting on how that shows up. I love that. And it also will bring more joy. You'll feel more confident with yourself, so you'll be more joyful. You'll be more excited. You'll be more uplifted. You'll want to move more and dance and sing. when you heal. Love that. Third card's in reverse as well. This is success. So maybe what the issue here is when it comes to your fear is really about judging yourself regarding being successful. You're judging yourself regarding being successful. So when we think about that yellow energy, I want you to begin to feel more secure in your own energy, which again moves into that confidence, that sacral energy. They work hand in hand. The 8, just like the other 8, which is really about your karmic lesson and also about what it is you're here to achieve when it comes to success. So that's Sagittarius. So working on the sacral, the solar plex, and the high heart so you can have more joy, and using this full moon to let go of your fears and your judgment towards yourself regarding your success. Stop judging yourself, comparing yourself with others. Capricorn. So Capricorn, I'm sure you're feeling a lot lighter now that Pluto has gone direct, because it's been in retrograde in Capricorn energy. When we think about Capricorn energy, Capricorns are all about work, success, achievement, fame, and also your relationship with your father, your masculine energy, and how you see others in the father figures. So that's a lot of energy for Capricorn that Pluto was in retrograde on. So let's see what's in store for you guys. How is the full moon, Jupiter, and Mercury going to help you? All right, I love it. So 1 card in reverse and 2 cards associated with the high heart, pink energy. 1 is the solar plexus. So let's dive right in. So the full moon and Jupiter and Mercury going direct are going to help you with clarity. You're going to gain some guidance here. You're going to gain some major insight going on. So be open, be ready to experience the wisdom that shows up. 2 and 9 is the 11. So that relationship you have with your higher self. And that 11 energy is about mastering, healing your partnership. So that's where that clarity is going to come from. There's going to be a major, major healing in your partnerships, relationships, whatever that might look like for you. When you think about your father, the relationship you have with your father, or a father figure, or someone that is a father, maybe your son, or maybe even how your masculine energy shows up here. You're going to gain major clarity in this situation. Love it. Second card is balance. As you gain the clarity, it's going to help you have more balance. You're going to feel more balance in your feminine and masculine energy. And that's also going to allow you to feel more compassionate with all those around you. 7 and 6. 7 is allowing you to have that time to reflect on everything you've learned while Pluto was in retrograde. And that 6 is about healing and expanding into that balanced energy. The 4 is about your foundation. This is your home. This is your home. You're going to have more balance in your physical home, your shelter. And that's also going to bring more balance into your body as well. Because when you don't have as much stress going on or too much going on up in the mind, you feel more balance in your mind, body, and spirit, and especially your emotions. I love that card. Third card's in reverse. This is where you need to listen. This is where also you need to speak your truths. Listen to spirit, listen to the people you're communicating with, but then also be allowed to speak your truths. Trust what you have to say is important. Trust what you have to say is important, but also trust what someone else is saying to you is important as well. It goes both ways. So bring that balance into your communication with all parties involved. And that's where you gain your clarity. So this full moon for you Capricorns is going to bring some major, major magic into your energy. It's going to help you expand from that Jupiter energy. Mercury is going to help you communicate better. So lots of clarity coming in from Capricorns. Aquarius. So Aquarius, you're probably feeling a little lighter too, and will feel much lighter as Saturn went direct already, and Jupiter's on its way. So let's see how you guys will feel once Jupiter goes direct, and how you expand, and how you see yourself in the community, and how you see more humanity showing up. After all, Jupiter is going to help us expand our intuition. And hopefully that brings us into a more compassionate space. So Aquarius hits home for me because that's my moon sign. So let's see what Aquarius has to say. What this moon, the Aries moon, is going to help us with. Okay, so interesting cards. Aquarius. So you have one card in reverse. We're working with the solar plex, the high heart for compassion, and the throat. So Aquarius, full moon, is helping you with success, but it's in reverse. So what do we need to do here? We need to trust. We need to trust. We need to trust that how the full moon is going to help you move and shift forward. Things are going to all work out for your most highest good. So trust it. Trust the abundance. Trust that this is part of your karmic cycle. Trust that you definitely are achieving success in your life every single day. So trust that. And trust that your success is coming from your community. Your community is helping you be more successful. But it's in reverse, so pay attention to that solar plex. Allow yourself to really digest the fact that you are successful, and there's going to be so much more success coming in. Second card, healing. This card's been showing up a lot today. Healing. So what is it that you need to do to heal, or are you healing? Are you a healer? Compassion. How can you see compassion and joy in the world? Especially now that the full moon is going to help embrace that, and the full Jupiter expanding, Jupiter going direct rather, is going, perhaps will help the community feel and be more joyful. And that will help you feel good too. After all, you're healing you, and then you're healing others as well. You're helping others to recognize they can heal. Powerful card. All right, and the last card is all about the throat chakra, communicating and recognizing change is on its way. Change is on its way. Change is on its way. As Jupiter goes direct, the expansions are coming in. As Mercury goes direct, communication and scheduling and things are shifting around. Lots of healing taking place. That 5 energy is about the change. That 5 energy is about the freedom. That 5 energy is about the courage to make the changes. So have courage to make whatever changes you need so you can be more successful, and that you can do the healing that you came here to do. Whether you're healing yourself or you're actually helping others to see that they can heal as well. So really work on your solar plex energy, the trust. Tap into your high heart so you can see more compassion and joy in the world. After all, as an Aquarius, it's extremely important for you guys. And also take the changes. Go into the suitcase, pull out what you don't need, and be courageous enough to take the changes. Make change. All right, last but not least, Pisces. As I said, this one sits close to home to me. What do Pisces need? Now, Pisces, you still have Neptune is still retrograde in Pisces. Neptune is the planet of intuition. And being that that's still in retrograde, yeah, lots of us are really tapping into that higher senses, the 5 senses, the 5D, 6D dimension energy. So that's going to be a while before that goes direct. So let's see, Pisces, what do you guys need to hear today? What is this full moon going to help you with? What is Jupiter expansion going to help you with? What is Mercury going to help you with? Okay, love it, Pisces. So Pisces, you have one card in reverse. We're working with the root, the high heart, and the throat chakra. So let's start off with the high heart, which is all about your rebirth. So this full moon is going to help you have a rebirth. There's something shifting for you. Something shifting. That's your rebirth. But it's in reverse, so you might not quite know what that is right now. And really got to move into that compassion. Be more compassionate to you, and try to be a little bit more compassionate to others, recognizing that no one is as committed as you are. So not everyone's going to show up the same way you do. So just be a little bit more compassionate. 2 and 1. 2 is about the relationships, the partnerships that you have as you experience this rebirth. New people are coming into your path. That's your rebirth. When you have a rebirth, means new things are going to be taking place. After all, with all the planets that were in retrograde, things sort of slowed down, got a little stuck. Now that we almost have 4 planets going direct, there's going to be a lot of birthing happening, and you're going to experience it. That one, there's definitely new things coming in for you. You're doing things a lot differently than you've ever done them before. You might actually know what that is right now. That 3 is you are creating. You are creating in a new way. You're creating more differently than you've ever created before, if that even makes sense. But it's in reverse, so you're still sort of undecided, you're undecisive, you're still in that iffy place, but move into that joy and just see compassion and be more compassionate to others while you do this process. Second card is leader. You are the leader. Get grounded. You are the leader. Recognize you are the leader. Recognize that it's important to make really good decisions. And when you are a leader, you do need to make decisions, which is why it's very important to get grounded. If you are not grounded, you're not going to be able to make yes or no decisions quickly. You're going to be undecisive. So get grounded. So when you need to say no, you say it. When you need to say yes, you say it. As the leader, you're the one looking in your suitcase and saying, this has to come out. You're not waiting for someone to tell you to take it out. You're taking it out on your own. You're making space for something new to come in because you're the leader. 5 and 5, double number, which means pay attention. There is super change coming in. After all, you have a rebirth. As this full moon takes place, Jupiter expansion goes direct. Lots of expansion happening for you. Lots of greatness coming in for you. Be courageous enough so you can take these changes, make these changes. And you're going to gain a lot of freedom and have a lot of fun while doing so. But it's so important to stay grounded. Otherwise, it's going to get a little challenging for you. And third card, love partnership. Love partnership. So when we think about love partnership could be just that, where there's going to be lots of new things going on in your relationship. Lots of new communication, lots of different ways of listening to one another. A love partnership could be with yourself as well. So if you're not in a relationship with somebody right now, maybe there's an opportunity coming in. Okay? If you are in a relationship with somebody else, that relationship's going to shift a little bit. Things are going to become more exciting. Communication is going to become more exciting. Lots of changes. 6 and 3. 6 is all about, again, healing. That caring, that nurturing, that home feeling. That 3 energy is how you listen, how you communicate, and how you're teaching the other person exactly what it is your needs are, and that person is teaching you what their needs are. 9 is a completion. 9 is a transformation. 9 is an evolution that's taking place in that love partnership. So Pisces, for you, full moon is going to be amazingly fun. After all, you're going to go through a rebirth, doing things very differently, being able to have more compassion for those who may not be as committed as you, but you're still going to be compassionate enough, and you're going to be grounded because you are the leader, and you have to make quick decisions, yes and no answers, no iffies, and change. Change is coming in. Change is coming in reference to your personal relationships and your professional relationships. So lots of fun things going on. Work on the root chakra, work on the high heart, and work on your throat chakra. So that was for Pisces. Well, that was so much fun. And I'm hoping each and every one of you enjoy this reading. And remember, you have up to 9 cards to work with, which also means you have up to 7 chakras that you can very well be working with. Or there might be one chakra that's standing out more than the other chakras. So please pay attention if that is the case. If there is one chakra that you need to work on, please do that so you can benefit from this full moon's energy in Aries and the fact that Jupiter and Mercury are going direct within the less than 48 hours from now. And after these 2 planets go direct, and after the full moon, movement is just going to flow. And you do not want to get caught up in being stuck because you didn't do your work. So concentrate. If there was one chakra that showed up the most, if there was one color that showed up the most, tap into that chakra and clear the energy. Not sure how to do that? That's where I come in. feel free to email healingwithin76@gmail.com. And when you do, and if it's a reference to working with me where you need to clear your energy, please mention that you watch this video, and you will receive 15% off the total package of working with me based on clearing your energy. And again, for those, I believe it was Leos, let me just double check. Leos, you received a Reiki treatment, complimentary 10-minute Reiki treatment. Please redeem that. You can redeem that within this week. All you need to do is schedule it. You don't have to actually have the session this week. You can schedule it this week and use it next week. But I definitely recommend that you do redeem within the next 72 hours of watching this video to redeem your Reiki complimentary treatment for 10 minutes. Redeem that at healingwithin76@gmail.com. In fact, I'm going to be compassionate out there for you, Leos. There's no expiration date. So whenever you get to watch this video, Leo, Sun, Moon, or Rising sign, go ahead and redeem your 10-minute Reiki treatment complimentary at healingwithin76@gmail.com. With that being said, enjoy this week. Enjoy the movement. And remember the image. Think of your suitcases in front of you, and whatever's in that suitcase, really take inventory. Check it out. See if what's in your suitcase. Do you really need it anymore? Is it aligned with this new frequency, this new dimension that you are moving into? If it's not aligned, take it out of the suitcase so you can make room for all the things you are looking to manifest with this full moon's energy that's coming in. Otherwise, if you keep the stuff in that suitcase that does not really match, you have no room in the suitcase for what does, which means you're not going to be able to receive. You cannot manifest something if you don't have room for it. So clear it out, release the energies that's no longer serving your new frequency and your new dimension so you can make space for what is. Enjoy this week. Again, this forecast was for and is for October 16th to October 23rd. Enjoy Jupiter and Mercury going direct on October 18th. And then on October 20th, 2 days later, we have this amazing full moon in Aries energy. Till then, I look forward to connecting with each and every one of you next week with some more fantastic energy and cosmic energy forecasts for each and every one of you. Remember, you have up to 9 cards to work with. And again, any questions or comments, leave that at healingwithin76@gmail.com. Bye-bye for now. Again, leave comments and questions at healingwithin76@gmail.com. Until next time, bye-bye.